What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and I think we all can see that JJ Abrams, since the release of Rise of Skywalker, has been under a lot of heat from a lot of different sections of the fandom, whether it's people that don't like the fact that he disrespected the original trilogy or the prequel trilogy or their favorite character, or even people that don't like that he disrespected The Last Jedi. It's from a lot of different sections of the fandom right now. And here's something else that people are upset about. This got written really late last night, and I saw it this morning. Star Wars fans furious. JJ Abrams gave role to Dominic Mongahan over a soccer bet. And when you look at JJ Abrams movies, he does tend to have his buddies show up, doesn't he? When you look at Zori Bliss, the fact that Kerry Russell played Zori Bliss. Kerry Russell, a huge actress, huge name. Who was in the TV show Felicity with JJ Abrams like 20 years ago. All of a sudden for this Zori Bliss character who seems to have no reason to exist other than to be another strong female character that effectively does nothing in a movie that seemed to have just been created to maybe sell toys. I don't know who's buying toys of Zori Bliss, but maybe, why is Kerry Russell in that part again? Buddies with JJ Abrams. So let's just read this and see what people are upset about. Much has been made of the presence or lack thereof of Kelly Marie Tran's Rose Tico in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. And that's another group of people mad that Rose Tico was not in this movie. Barely at all, like a minute of screen time. Now, after Twitter users made their feelings felt about her screen time, another tidbit has been revealed about the choices with the cast. Dominic Mongahan revealed that he got his Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker part in the strangest way possible. When he won a football bet, he got written into the movie by his friend JJ Abrams. In a conversation with Inverse, he explained how the entire situation went down. And people on Twitter are not happy. Well, fans of Rose Tico are not happy. Mongahan began at the start of the game because JJ is a mother effer in the best way possible. He emailed me and said, "I think I have a Star Wars part for you." And I wrote back, I said, "Brilliant, I won't bother you, but let me know if there's anything I can do or what I can say." He wrote back and said, "If England beats Colombia, you're in." I was like, "Oh mate, you bastard." Screenwriter Chris Terrio tried to explain how some technical concerns led to the relatively small screen time for Rose in the latest film. And just imagine that. And I think this probably happens a lot in Hollywood, to be honest. People have friends, people give their buddies hookups. But every time Dominic Mongahan showed up, I was like, what is Mary doing? Like, why is he here? Where did he come from? What's his role in the Resistance? Because we do have other established characters that could be saying the things that he was saying. It didn't make much sense to me for him to be in the movie. And this now explains a lot of that. Explains so much of that and why I was distracted by him, because he really didn't have a party. It was just written in specifically so he could be there. In a movie where you had so much else to worry about, so much else to focus on, so many other characters that haven't been developed over these past two movies in Force Awakens and Last Jedi, and you're still adding new pointless characters into this one. JJ Abrams. Chris Terrio here did try to explain about why Rose Tico's not there. One of the reasons that Rose has a few less scenes than we would like to have her has to do with the difficulty of using Carrie Fisher's footage in the way we wanted to. That certainly didn't stop you from trying to use Carrie Fisher. That was also awful. Every Carrie Fisher part was distracting. Terrio explained to Awards Daily, "We wanted Rose to be the anchor at the Rebel base who is with Leia. We thought we couldn't leave Leia at the base without any of the principals who we love, so Leia and Rose were working together. As the process evolved, a few scenes we'd written with Rose and Leia turned out not to meet the standard of photorealism that we'd hoped for. Those scenes unfortunately fell out of the film." This is such a terrible excuse. Just be honest, Chris Terrio. Just be honest with everybody, is that you didn't want to put Rose Tico in this movie. That's clear. Listen to what you say. "We wanted Rose to be the anchor at the Rebel base, so we cut her out of the movie." That's what you said. That's what you said. You could have had Rose Tico interacting with Dominic Mongahan. Like, you could have had something like that, maybe to show what she was doing and how in charge she was and how much you loved and respected her as a character. But you didn't, because you didn't care about the character, just like many, many other people. Now, there are some that really do like Rose Tico, and I'll get to them in a second. again from Terry, the last thing we were going to do, or last thing we were doing, was deliberately trying to sideline Rose. We adore the character and we adore Kelly so much we anchored her with our favorite person in this galaxy, General Leia. Come on. So much that we anchored her with nothing, a wall to talk to. We tried to force lines from Leia so that we could have Rose talk. Oh my God. Anyway, check out some of the responses to the cast. And I have some of these pulled up. This is the tweet that really set it off from Jennifer de Guzman. Her replies have TROS spoilers, evidently. So she was the first one to see one of these articles. Well, one of the first big people. JJ emailed me and said, I think I have a Star Wars part for you. If England beat Colombia, you're in. I was like, oh, mate, you bastard. He effing put his buddy in TROS over a soccer bet, but wrote out Rose. I think I hate him. That's what is going on for JJ Abrams right now. Didn't have to audition, won a bet over a soccer game and got the role. Had a role written for him by JJ. Facepalm. Watch it. Look at this guy. Watching The Last Jedi and revisiting a time when Star Wars movies had actual conversations about characters. Ugh. That is awful. Abrams and Terry wrote out the vital, vibrant, joyful character of Rose Tico to shoehorn in Mary so he could be distracting in every scene he was in. All because of a dude bro soccer bet. Everything about this movie gets worse the more I learn. Thanks. I hate him. Thanks. I hate it. Look at this. Look at this person's reply. Let's start a rumor Abrams is on the Epstein flight logs. There you go. Look at that. Incredible, huh? But we're the toxic fandom, right? These are Rose Tico fans, but we're the toxic fandom. I can't believe I just saw that. Actually, I can. I can believe it. Right here, it was so distracting. Every time he popped up inexplicably on screen. I would really have preferred to see Rose given more time and meaning, but I agree with that. I actually agree with that. Like I said, every time he popped up, I was like, what is he doing here? Have we seen him before? Has he been in any other movie? Could have more people. Imagine maybe Snap Wexley, who you tried to make into a big character death, like anybody gives a shit about Snap Wexley. Maybe you could have focused on developing him a little bit more in this movie instead of Mary. I literally did this when I saw him. Oh, that's that guy from Lord of the Rings who's buddies with JJ. Over and over and over. WTF. Yes. Yes, so many people puzzled exactly like I was. Exactly like I was. And so, again, JJ Abrams cannot escape the wrath of so many fans right now. And that just goes more to show that when you look at some of these audience scores on some of these sites, I don't think there's obviously fishy stuff going on, guys. When you talk to people, I think you get a really good feeling of how people feel about this movie, and some other more trustworthy sites, maybe like Metacritic, which is very in the middle right now. I do think fan response to this is very much mixed and in the middle. There's some people that love it. There's some people that have issues with it but enjoy it. There's a lot of people who have big issues with it for so many reasons. But JJ Abrams, come on, man. We all know you're a hacker. We all know you're connected to all these people. You bring your buddies in to the end of the Skywalker saga to give them a little role like this to the diminishment of other characters, another part of the story, regardless of how I feel about Rose Tico, and I do think she was a huge waste of a character. Didn't think there was any point for her in The Last Jedi. I don't like Rose Tico. But I honestly would rather have seen you maybe try to do something with Rose Tico than with random Mary cameos. Or, like I said, Snap Wexley, some other character that we can learn more about and care more about, instead of throwaway lines for your buddy to get him in a Star Wars movie. But that's what I think. I do think it's funny that the mob is kind of coming after JJ. Some of the stuff we saw in there is disgusting, be honest with you. But, that's what happens on the internet. That's what happens in fandom, right? It's not just the fandom menace is toxic, right? There's some angry fans in every sect of fandom, anywhere you go. And, every time we see things like this, that just shows it. But what do you guys think about JJ Abrams over a soccer bet, letting his buddies in Rise of Skywalker. No additions or anything like that. We're just going to write a part for you to come in and play this. Because F the story, F continuity, F character development, who cares anymore? F it, it's Rise of Skywalker. Let's do it, guys. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe, smash the like button, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.